In this lesson, we're going to learn another way to write an equation. We're going to learn a different form. So we're used to using a slope-intercept form. A slope-intercept form is when they give you a slope and an intercept. We replace the m and the b, and then the y and the x stay the same. Okay, now in this lesson, we're going to be using point-slope form. Okay, so again, just like this title tells you exactly what's in the equation, a slope and an intercept, this title also tells you what's in the equation, a point or an ordered pair and a slope. So here's the equation. Y minus y1, that's a subscript, equals m times the quantity x minus x1. In this equation, the x1 and the y1 are the ordered pair, is the ordered pair that's going to be replaced with numbers, and your slope is also going to be replaced with a number. This x and the y are going to stay x and y in your final equation. So again, slope-intercept is called slope-intercept because it has a slope and an intercept in it. Point-slope is called point-slope form because it has a ordered pair, a point, and a slope in it. They're going to ask you, or they're going to give you different information, and your job is to plug it into the point-slope formula to create an equation. So let's say they give you a slope, and they give you a point, or an ordered pair. Your job is going to be to plug this into this equation right here. So they give us the slope, that's the m. This ordered pair, remember that this is an x, this is a y, they're the subscripts. You're going to plug it in for the subscripts. So y minus 2 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. And that's as far as we're going to go right now. You just create an equation. Let's try another one. Our slope is 5, and our point, or our ordered pair, is -2, -4. Let's create an equation. So I'm going to fill this in right here. Remember, this is your x1, this is your y1. Y minus y1 equals our slope. X minus, my x1 is a -2. This time I cannot leave it like this. I have to do a little simplifying. I cannot have double negatives. I'm going to turn them into positives. 2 negatives make a positive. And the same goes over here. So this time my equation looks like this, and I can stop right there. Okay, give this a try. Try when you have a slope of a half and an ordered pair, or a point -9, 3. Create an equation. Our next title is graph an equation in point-slope form. This time they're going to give you an equation that's already written. So let's say they give you y minus 1 equals 3 times the quantity x minus 3. You need to pull out information in order to graph. So really you need 2 bits of information to create an equation, to graph an equation. You need an original ordered pair, and you need a slope. Think about what point-slope form gives you. They give you an ordered pair, and they give you slope. So remember at the beginning here, I told you that the subscripts are an ordered pair and that the m is a slope. So right here, this tells you that we have a slope of 3. And then these numbers right here are your ordered pair. Okay, this is your y value, this is your x value. formula says y minus 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. So this is already in the formula. That means that this is a positive 3. And the same goes here. The formula goes y minus y1. So this is a subtraction sign that's in the formula. This is a positive 1. Once you pull out an ordered pair and you know the slope, you will be able to graph. Okay, so let's graph our ordered pair, 3, 1. And then off that ordered pair, you're going to be able to use the slope to make another ordered pair. To graph slope, you're going to want to make it a fraction and do rise over run. 1, 2, 3 over 1. I want you to try. Try graphing this equation. Y minus 1 equals a negative times the quantity x minus 2. Think about if there's not a number here for slope. Think about what number would be here. It's not 0, it's something else. Okay, moving on. This next section is called use point slope to write an equation. I'm going to say use point slope form to write an equation. Okay, so we have to use the information that they give us. To write an equation in point slope form, you need a point, an ordered pair, and you need slope. Okay, look at this graph. Think about what they give you. They give you 2 ordered pairs. You need an ordered pair, 1 ordered pair, and you need slope. Are we able to find slope with these 2 ordered pairs? Absolutely. Because they give us a graph, you can do it 2 different ways. You can use the formula. Or because they give us a graph, you can use rise over run. If they did not give us a graph, it would be easier to use the equation. I'm going to use rise over run. I'm going to start at this ordered pair and make my way down to this ordered pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I go down 6, so it's negative. Okay, right here. I go over 1, 2, 3, because I'm going to the right, it's positive. We always simplify our slopes. Negative 6 divided by 2, negative 6 divided by 3 is a negative 2. Our slope is negative 2. Okay, again, to write an equation in point slope form, you need 1 point and a slope. In this example, they give us 2 points. You get to choose whatever point you want to use. No matter which one you choose, it's not going to be wrong. So I'm going to work down here a little bit. Let's say I pick this first point, this first ordered pair. The first ordered pair is negative 2, 3. And I found out that the slope is negative 2. Oops. So I can write an equation with that information. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to fill it right into the formula. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus the negative 2. Whenever you have double negatives, you have to fix them. Y minus 3 equals negative 2 times the quantity x plus 3. 2 negatives make a positive. So this is one of my answers. Or, let's say you chose the other ordered pair. Now once you get that answer, you're done. But let's say if you like to work with smaller numbers, so you chose the other ordered pair. You will also get the correct answer with this. Y minus y1 equals slope times the quantity x minus x1. Again, you can't have double negatives. and this is an answer. You should have one or the other. Now I'm proving to you that they're the same equation. To do that, I'm going to put this point-slope form into slope-intercept form. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the distributive property. And I'm going to get y by itself. These are like terms, so I combine them. So over here in slope-intercept form, I get y equals negative 2x minus 1. I should get the same thing over there. I'm going to do the distributive property first. And then I'm going to get y by itself. These are like terms, so I'm going to combine them. So here's proof that these two equations are the same thing even though they look different, because when you turn them both into slope-intercept form, when you solve for y, they're the same thing. So you can have one or the other, it doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm going to have you try this. I didn't necessarily give you an exact example on how to do this, but you should be able to figure out how to find slope when you have two ordered pairs. We just talked about it and we've done it in the last couple lessons. How to find slope. Pick an ordered pair, it doesn't matter which one, and plug it in just like we did up here. So go ahead, push pause and try that now. Okay, last problem right here. A radio station charges $650 for the first minute of ad time and then $340 for each additional minute. Write an equation that gives the total cost in dollars to run an ad as a function of the number of minutes the ad runs. Okay, so just like the last lesson, I think it's easier to point out, it's easier to start to point out what they give you. So let's start by looking at what the rate is or what the slope is. A radio station charges $650 for the first minute of ad time and then $340 for each additional minute. So for each minute, it costs us $340. That's our rate. And then they give us an ordered pair. A radio station charges $650 for the first minute of ad time. That's going to be an ordered pair. Sometimes I can see how it's going to be hard to see what value should go first in your ordered pair, if money should go first or if minutes should go first. So here's my suggestion to you. Off to the side, kind of think of that slope-intercept formula, how you would set that up. So I'm thinking this off to the side. I'm thinking total cost would equal your rate per minute, which is this, plus your constant. No matter what, you're paying $650 for the first minute. So this is plus your first minute. Okay, now think of slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form says y equals mx plus b. So think about what our ordered pair would be. Our ordered pair would be minutes to money. Or maybe you want to put time. Our ordered pair should be time and then the cost. Okay, now that I kind of thought that through, I'm able to make an ordered pair over here. A radio station charges $650 for the first minute. So for 1 minute, they charge $650. Okay, now think about what we learned today. We learned how to make an equation in point-slope form, when you have a point and a slope. Okay, so I want to fill in all that information. This is my x, this is my y. Y minus y1 equals slope. X minus 1. Okay, so we just created an equation. This is a good answer. Okay. Let's figure out this now. Find you're going to plug in 7 into x because x stands for time. So you can leave the equation like this and plug in 7, or you can solve for slope-intercept form and it'd be easier to plug in 7, and that's what I'm going to do. Before I plug in 7, I'm going to change this into slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is when y is by itself. Okay, so distributive property first. And then solve for y. So on the left side, I'm left with y. On the right side, I have 340x plus 310. Okay, now that y is by itself, it's going to be easier to plug 7 in for x. I'm going to plug that right into my, I did already, I plugged that right in my calculator, 34 times 7 plus 310. And we figured out that the total cost of having a 7-minute ad on the radio station costs $2,690. Make sure that you write down any questions that you may have.